Good morning, class 10th. Today we are going to start the topic protocols. And we all know that what is the use of protocols. We all know that they are the many computers that are used in the networking. Some are in a LAN, some are in a MAN, and some are in a WAN. So when the computer are transferring the data, so they are following some standards, and that is the rules, and it is called as a what? Protocols. So we can say a protocols is a set of rules that are being used in a communications. So in that we have a first protocols, that one is a TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocols. It is a combination of two protocols. First one is a Transmission Control Protocol and another one is a IP protocols. So when the two computer sends the data from one to B, they follow the protocols, that is a TCP/IP. So when the data is being transferred, the TCP perform the two type of actions. First one is that to convert the data into small packets, and after converting to assign the sequence number of the packages. Then the IP work will start. The IP will find the fastest and the best route by which the data easily and in a short time it may reach to the destination computer. When the route are decided, the work of IP is that to send the packets, whatever the TCP has converted in on that route, to reach to the receiver computers. At the receiver end, when all the packets are being reached, it do not have a same sequence number. Maybe the last one will reach first, then second last may reach first, then the third one reach. In that sequence, they are reaching at the receiver ends. Then the TCP again performing the works to reassembles the data into the proper format, whatever the sequences they have assigned, and then the receiver ends got the data whatever the computer had sent. That is the work of TCP/IP. Same way we have another protocols, that one is a HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocols. Nowadays the HTTP is in a two variant, HTTP and HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol and Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Clear? So we have to know what is the use of HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Before going to that, we have to know what is the hypertext. Such type of information that contains audio, videos, text, graphics, and the links, they are called as a hypertext. So whenever we want to get the data over the internet by using the browser, the protocols are being used. It is called as a what? HTTPS. So this is another protocols that we are going to know. Now we are going to know what is uploading and what is downloading. So we all know that always we are telling we are uploading the photos on the server, we are downloading some images, some video, some audio. So we are telling we are downloading. Today we have to know what is the uploading and what is the downloading. So we all know that we have a two type of system, client system and server system. Client means the user that using the system, it is known as a client system, and from where the clients get the response, that is known as a server. So whenever we are copying any data from our computer to the server computer, that process is called uploading. And whenever we are copying any data from server system to our system, that process is known as a downloading. And my dear students, in uploading and downloading, there is a one protocols which are being used, that name is the FTP, File Transfer Protocols. The FTP also uses TCP/IP to transfer the data from one place to another place. So whenever we have a server system, we have some files and we want to download it, or we want to upload from client to server, we will use the protocols, that name is a what? File Transfer Protocols. So these are the protocols that we have discussed. Now we are going to know services of the internet. In that we have a www, World Wide Web. It is a services on the internet. By that we are accessing information over the internet. Whatever the informations we need from the internet, we will use the protocols. That name is our services, that name is a what, www. That's why, my dear students, you have seen whenever we want any websites, it has to be open in our client system. We are typing the URL www.google.com. We want information of the Google from server to our system, so we are using the which services, www. Now the another topic, that one is a blog. A blog is easy to create website that allows users to share their thoughts with the world. That means if you want to share your thoughts, share your views, you have any topic on that, you want to write something, so you can use in the form of what, blogs. Clear? Now the word blogs comes from the weblog, because a blog consists of signed and dated log of individual posting. That means whatever the post you will do, it may contain who has written the blog. Yeah, maybe it may show also on which date the blogs are written. Clear? Now in that we have some terms like a blogger, blogging. Clear? So the person who writes the blog, it is known as a blogger. Clear? And the writing the blog, this process is called as a blogging. So these are the information about the blogs. Now we have a different type of blogs. First one is a personal blogs. This is the most common and popular type of blog. It is a journal or diary that is on internet. Personal blogs encompasses personal views on any chosen subject like health, politics and travel, etc. That means if you have any personal topic, like you want to share some your views on the health, your views on the politics, your views on any other topics, so these all are called as a what, personal blogs. Now we have a company blog. This category used by professional or companies to let their customer or clients know about their upcoming product and the progress being made on some project. Now that is known as a company blog. Suppose you have any company, your company is going to launch any new product, like you have a mobile company, so you are going to launch any new mobiles, what their feature is having, what are the processor, how fast your mobile is there, how much RAM is there. These things if you want to share, so that is known as a what, company blog. Now we have a non-profit blog. Now the non-profit blogs, that means if you want to create any blogs for the awareness, like a COVID is spreading, how to escape from the COVID, how to be aware from the COVID, what precautions we have to follow if the COVID came to you, what things you have to do. These all things is known as a non-profitable blogs. That means only for the awareness, if you want to share anything, that is known as a what, non-profit blog. Now we have a news and views blogs. Now this type of blogs is generally used by journalists to share, if they wants to get opinion, they wants to give some opinion about any news, about the things, any accidents happen. So if you want to do like that, so you have to use a what is that, news and views blogs. Now these are the blogs. Now we have to know what are the advantages and disadvantages of the blogging. Each coins, we all know that it has two sides. Some are advantage also and some are disadvantage also. So first we have to know what are the advantages. It enables you to pen down your thoughts on everything that interested you. Means earlier when the blogs are not there, each and everything if we want to share, we are writing by the pen and we are sending to the other person. So maybe only 2 or 3 persons are reading. Now by using the internet, these all, we do not need to use pen, we have to write the blogs. In all the person whatever they want, they can get your thoughts, whatever you are thinking. Now there is no time constraint in a blogging. You are own boss, you can practically work while you are free. That means there is no any time limitations ki yeah, on this particular times only I have to write blogs. You are the what free, you can write your blogs. So thank you class, today only that much, tomorrow we'll see then another.